Just trying to give it the way of the OD before that Meteor Hammer does come up. And, well, there's a Vortex out. Carl gonna try and go for the kill attempt, but couldn't get the Vortex, or rather, the Static Remnant to land. Still, bot lane. Looks like Zephyr's gonna be in a bit of danger now, as Ace 12 and the Wolves will chase him down. And with that Wolves movement speed, they might just have him, but Zephyr, he's going to salve up. He'll pick up a water rune for himself. Still, the Wolves will chase with the Stroke of Fate to follow up. Zephyr is still trying to get towards that mid-tier 1 tower. Carl even not really helping out Zephyr, just leaving him to deal with this all alone. And Zephyr's going to die. 4-2-3 to take the kill.
We're not going to see the late item timings in the Storm. His Kai is going to be on point, and he's just going to be able to get his rotations and get the kills he needs for the team.
Ace 12. He's fine. Zephyr, Carl, they're going to zip it. They want the big one. They want that Lycan kill. So 4-2-3. He's going to try to run, and he's actually quite tanky. He survived for now, but Zephyr is going right in for the chase and does secure the kill. The Sanctity now is going to try and trade by killing off Cuckoo. It's still going to be very worthwhile here for T1, regardless of whether they get this Beastmaster or not. And in the end, Ace 12 will be able to take it anyway on the Grimstroke, but I'd still call that a win for the side of T1.
But they are inching towards that point here on T1 where they're going to be feeling comfy. Cuckoo's flying out as Dominator now. That lines up with her Lycan's timing as well.
I think 11's gone too far here. He tried to charge onto Gabby, but Gabby's going to punish him for this. Scatterblast is going to slow Gabby down, but he finds 11 exactly where he's trying to go for the TP play. Still juking 11. Surely doesn't make it out of this. He's going to charge away now. I can't believe he got away, though the Ignite is going to land, and that should be enough. He can't escape this one. He's gone. He will be able to at least buy out before he does die, though.
Yeah, just want to get that initial build-up, and I think so far we're not seeing, again, the early plays from LILGUN with just this item up. They will try to make something happen now, though.
Now they will. Meteor Hammer, though, going to be cancelled off as Carl does make the jump in and needs to zip right back out. Whitemon's going to back. In fact, in the meantime, Gabby drops to 11. A solo kill here from the Spirit Breaker is even down towards the bot lane. They were trying to go onto Cuckoo. But my oh my. I mean, Ace 12 went down to Cuckoo earlier on the Beastmaster, and Gabby just dies solo to the Breaker.
It's a damage for him, and this should allow them to maybe pressure that mid-tier 1. They're not grouping up the Lycan, though.
Top lane, 11, going to be in a slight bit of bother as he does pop the bulldoze with the charge away, but Carl has enough. Very close yet very far. Bot T1 tower, and it is currently being taken by T1, so chances are you are probably going to find the whole side of T1 around that area right now, but well, LILGUN, they're not going to make their way over yet. Instead, maybe mid lane, they're going to find Carl. Have they timed it perfectly? Yeah, they have. Mortimer's Kisses to follow with the silence, and Carl showing into the mid lane by himself is going to get punished immediately by LILGUN.
Just hanging in the tree line, outside vision, getting the kill. T1, though, rotating in with that smoke after the T1 fell bot.
You want something more than Ace 12, though, but the Soulbind is going to fly in already. It's not a great start for T1 as the Inkswell. It does land on 3 targets, and now that just blow-up comes in. Meteor Hammer to drop. They've got the lockdown, and Zephyr's going to be the 3rd. What an Inkswell with the Lycan Wolf out from LILGUN. And John, even if they got Ace 12, it's just not the kill you're looking for right now for T1. Top lane, they're thinking about jumping in on Kishka, but he's going to be able to back off the Sanctity. He's going to move in again onto Carl, but this time it could be bait as they will land the Meteor Hammer. Carl, he's going to be safe for now. Zephyr did get the silence off, but in the meantime, Whitemon, he is going to drop. And T1 still just unable to really fight back. As Cuckoo now will try to do something in his own jungle, but they found another target. Who's that? Who will take off this time around? It's going to be Carl again, but he zips away this time. Zephyr's going to tank the gank, but 11's going to find the target they wanted. Still a nice roll out from Cuckoo to save the day and allow Carl to get out of there. But they are still going to lose Zephyr. And they should also lose that top tier 2 tower. Eventually, that is.
Faults, outposts can be taken, but they're just going to focus on the objectives on LILGUN. They've got this massive push that can come out early. They know Aurora's down. They know Exo is down with the respawn. Defensive tools for T1's gone.
Gabby. He's going to go down again to 11 by himself. 11 solo killing off Gabby, and
with those hawk visions out from Cuckoo really well. Some good information for them to play with. They're going to go for the smoke play now. They've got Roar, they've got Exo. They can make a play here.
They're trying on a Gabby. Gabby, he'll go for the strength morph again, but he's dropping so low and he just can't survive through it. Meanwhile, 4-2-3, he got jump, but they can't finish him off in time. Raw's gonna be there. They are still trying and will eventually get him, but now 11, a 3-man charge through on the hammer. It's gonna be dropped by Sanctity. Onto Zephyr they go. That'll be the 4th to drop as Carl. He is the only survivor left. 4T1. Gonna still hunting around, seeing if they can find a straggler. Outpost's gonna be taken. Charge though, where is it going? Cuckoo, he's gonna get stunned up. They'll go straight after the Beastmaster. That's a great way to start. LILGUN, they've already got a very important target down with no buyback available. They can even go for the dominated creep. I mean, why the hell not?
But it's also tough for the Lincoln sub. Turns out T1 can go for the smoke play with that BKB on Gabby up.
T1. Gonna move in. Oh, what are we gonna find first? Sanctity around, that'd be the target you want to go on, but he has an Aegis and BKB available, so it's not going to be an easy target to try and burst down, so instead, they'll go on to Ace 12, release Gabby will. In the meantime, though, Carl, he got caught out. Sanctity's going to take him down, as somehow Ace 12 has made his own way out, and now the Nether Strike. It's coming onto Gabby. He has forced the waveform away. He knows he can't fight right now, as even the Astral is there on Whitemon. They'll find a second.
Fine, they have to prevent any sort of moves onto the high ground.
I was going to try and go into 4-2-3. Double damage is there, Carl. He'll go for the Vortex to try and steal that away as he does bottle it up. 4-2-3 is still alive, but eventually is going to drop, and he does. So the charge in 11 will try and get the Storm Spirit once again, and the bash comes through. Oh, he gets the perfect time bash. His Meteor Hammer will be there, but the Fire Blast is going to put a cancel to that as Cuckoo is going to try and fight back along with Gabby. Charges out though, Cuckoo. He will drop Gabby. He'll morph and try to charge back the other way onto the supports, but Gabby's going to try and man-fight Sanctity now. There's your Aegis gone. Gabby, he's got that Lincoln's broken. Meanwhile, Zephyr, BKB TP, but the charge is there. Great charge out from 11. That'll be Zephyr. He'll be the 3rd to 4th for T1. And I guess on the bright side, they do at least get the kill onto the Lycan. But that's about all they get here for T1.
Have vision in that top jungle, so going in from here could be a good angle.
Certainly could be. Sanctity, he is showing. Meteor Hammer going to be there. Whitemon, though, is in with the Fire Blast, but the charge is out. 11 trying to protect Sanctity is already gone. A great start for T1. 4-2-3, though, still wants to fight. Gabby is having free reign, however, on this Morphling. They do take down Ace 12, and now they've got the Lycan. 4-2-3 is going to try to back as Whitemon will finally die, but 4-2-3 cannot help in any of this. He just needs to get out. They resist the Spider Legs, of course. It is a Spirit Breaker after all. How could you? Might be a fight to break out though. Whitemon is going to move in. Fire Blast is out onto Kishka. Zip it from Carl. Sanctity though is there with the Astral to save as now the Soulbind is committed onto T1. It's a lot of damage already flying out. Whitemon's gone. Where's 11 though? He hasn't charged quite yet. He's still being very patient as Zephyr is just trying to survive with the BKB up. He will just try and retreat and back his way out. The T1, they are sticking around, but it's still very dangerous when you don't know where the Spirit Breaker is, and Cuckoo is finally going to get caught out now by 11. Even with the Lincoln Sphere, they just don't care. They will take him out, no issue, as Gabby has his Lincolns broken. Another bashes will fly through. He's going to run while the BKB is still going because they have to sight the Vice out. Gabby is going to waveform back towards the base, but is still in big danger. Bashes are flying at 11. How lucky can you get? It's a 2 bash out, and that'll be enough, Gabby. He is going to drop to the Spirit Breaker. And it's onto the tier 3 top tower. Even with Roshan available, you'd rather secure racks first.
Creep waves, so it is a bit tough to progress. You're gonna have to use the creep wave up top to break that backdoor defense, and they will. Into the high ground they go. Towers just melt with the output right now from 4-2-3. Smoke from T1 though. They could find a good angle to break the fight off. They could get the start.
They have thrown everything at the Lycan, but the Sanity is still rather Eclipse is there, and now the Soulbind into... Oh, actually, Sanctity is gone. Lincoln's broken on Gabby, but they're looking to fight back as the charge will go through onto Carl. They've got Ace 12 down to boot. Still, Gabby has been controlled now. Beside the Vice out onto Carl. They really want the Storm Spirit, and they've got him. Double hammer drop, and now the clips, the kisses out. Gabby is forced to go back to the fountain as Kishka is still going in onto Zephyr. There's your charge out. 11's got another kill for himself. Can they keep going? It seems like they should be able to. They are slowly being chipped away at though as 11 is dropping low now. Keep in mind, he does have the cheese up. We'll go through the reset. Still dropping low to Gabby's damage up, but Kishka has jumped in, still Gabby now. Hex is out. They do Fire Blast up Sanctity, but he's still looking for the man fight as Carl does move back in. They've got the OD down, they've got Kishka down, and it does seem like LILGUN have gone too far this time around.
And they overstayed their welcome. They already blew Aegis in the earlier part of that fight, but enough for LILGUN to still stay confident here. It is going to be a bit tough without the security of an Aegis onto the high ground. We are still seeing T1 find some good fights, and we've got to be cautious about bleeding out more here while the respawns are coming in.
Yeah, Ace12 going to be targeted as the Aeon Disc is going to be popped with Gabby. He wants more than that. Ace12 still in big trouble, does break the Lincolns, but is going to drop as now the charge is coming through Gabby. Going to be targeted. He has help around, but the buybacks are going to fly in. Still Gabby. He'll waveform out of there and does morph into the breaker form. Looking to get out, but the charge, it does connect into the cookie now. Gabby, he's going to get swallowed up and he is gone. Oh, he's got no buyback either. And they found Whitemon. They make it 3. They've got Cuckoo. They have got the Beastmaster. A 3 for nothing. And I think that'll be the Mega Creeps to come out now for LILGUN.
That should be it. 11 not done. Find Zephyr.
Certainly not done yet. Zephyr, BKB's up. Will abuse the spider legs, but so will 11. And there's a charge away. Immediate buyback from Whitemon, but it's a 2v5 scenario. It's Carl and Whitemon versus the world here. Carl. Side device up. Sanctity does not want this split pushing happening. Charges there as well. Carl's in big trouble as the bash does come through into the hammer drop. Carl is still going to zip away and go for the TP. And he is somehow going to make it out. He has bought a little bit of time without a creep wave here, but it won't matter because the creep wave in the mid lane is already in the base of the Dire. So Carl has to fight. He'll try to go onto the Grimstroke, but it's all by himself as Carl does have his Lincoln broken and is forced to just back to the fountain. Onto the tier 4s we go. Another charge out onto Whitemon into the fountain. But they're onto the tier 4 towers now. LILGUN just looking so strong this game, number 1. T1, while they are still trying, when you've got these constant charges to come in from 11, it's kind of impossible to try for the defense. They kill off Ace12, but it means nothing. GG's called. T1 will drop game number 1. And LILGUN, well, like you said, John, with this draft, they were very confident and they make it look easy.